Welcome back. I'm trying a new demo for a game called The Detective's Apprentice. So this game is kind of like a murder mystery thing. So you are trying to solve little crimes. My first case? Let me think. Oh, I remember. The fate of the nation hung in the balance. An ancient land agreement had been destroyed. And it was my job to uncover the truth before a war started. So I guess we're playing as a younger version of her. Okay, so close by right-clicking or pressing the X. Everything in the game may be closed with right-click. So this is the tales from Anira, I'm sorry. A long time ago, in the great kingdom of Anira, King Sabium ruled over all the land and all the sea with the help of his trusted friend and advisor, Tira. One day, the king invited 3 of his richest nobles to a feast. The nobles had been fighting over a piece of land, and the king wanted to resolve the matter peacefully. The nobles arrived one by one. First came Grim, spelled with an E instead of an I. He was dressed all in green. He gifted the king a gift box containing 1 rectangular emerald as large as a fist. Next came Yella, dressed in all yellow. He gave the king a gift box containing 2 rectangular gold bars, each as large as a foot. I wonder why everything's a rectangle. And last came Blinn, dressed in blue. He gifted the king a gift box containing 3 triangular sapphires, each as large as a nose. Okay. After the feast, the king reminded the nobles of the land agreement their grandfathers had signed years ago. He announced that the nobles must obey the agreement and asked the archivist to fetch it. Sometime later, the archivist arrived empty-handed. He told the king that someone had burned the land agreement. Who could have done this? The king asked. Like countless times before, Tira offered to investigate. First, Tira went from the palace to the archive to find clues. Inside, he found a pile of ash and a burnt-out torch. That must be the burned agreement, he exclaimed. Outside the archive, he found a set of rectangle footprints in red sand, both going in and out of the archive. He followed the rectangular footprints to the path that led to the palace. He noticed other footprints in the yellow sand, as many other people had visited the palace earlier. He visited the palace entrance and saw 2 ropes covered in yellow and red sand. So somebody went both to the archive and to the palace, I guess. Back in the dining hall, he asked the nobles to empty their pockets and show their shoes. Grim wore triangular shoes that had yellow sand on the bottom. In his pockets were some coins, a pen, and a handkerchief with a big stain. "Why is your handkerchief dirty?" asked Tira. Grim replied that his pen leaked ink on it. I mean, that's plausible, I guess. Yella wore circular shoes that were completely clean on the bottom. In his pockets were some coins and a handkerchief with yellow and red sand. "Why is your handkerchief dirty?" asked Tira. Yella replied that he didn't want to get the palace carpet dirty, so he cleaned his shoes with the handkerchief before entering. Lastly, Tira went over to Blinn. Blinn was wearing a rectangular shoes that had yellow sand on the bottom. In his pockets were some coins and a completely clean handkerchief. Tira looked satisfied, and he said he knew who burned the agreement. Before Tira reveals an answer, can you figure out who was responsible? Well, I mean, logically speaking, only one person had red and yellow on the bottom. And we understand that going to the archive means you had to have gone through the red to do so. And the rectangular footprints could have come from either one of them. He had 2 gold bars, so yellow could have easily done it. So we're going to say him. It was Yella. said Tira. But the footprints outside the archive were rectangular, just like Blin's shoes. How do you know it wasn't Blin? Said King Sabium. We know it wasn't Blin because he only had yellow sand on his feet and his handkerchief was completely clean. So he didn't clean his shoes off. It's the yellow sand underneath his shoes, explained Tira. The sand on the main path is yellow, whereas the sand on the path to the archive is red. If he had visited the archive, he would have had both yellow and red sand under his shoes. He also could have wiped the red sand from his shoes after visiting the archive, but his handkerchief was clean. But how did yellow go to the archive without leaving circular footprints? Asked the king. So he must have used his yellow, the gold bars to join. He walked to the archive, and then he used the handkerchief to. Oh no, that's not it. He must use a torch to destroy the. Okay. Now this one, I'm not sure. He must have used. That one I'm not sure. He definitely used the gold bars. Oh, see, that's not it. Okay. So where do we mess up? How did he go to the archive without using circular fingerprints? Well, he used the gold bars. Something about the shoes. No. Okay, maybe I'm missing something. Because he has circular fingerprints. So he definitely would have had to wipe his shoes with the handkerchief. I don't know how the coins would be significant. Did he use the handkerchief? He used his handkerchief. No, he must have used to join the coins and the gold bars. No, I'm missing something here. Did he have a pin? He didn't have a pin, so no, there's no pin on him. So he had a handkerchief and coins. Okay, so what did he use? He used... Okay, maybe I'm missing something. So outside the archive, he found a set of rectangular footprints. Didn't he give 2 gold bars? I mean, he could have easily wore those as shoes. What else would he have tied? Oh, ribbon. He used the rope to join the gold bars and his shoes. There we go. Okay, so Tyr explained that Yella tied the rectangular gold bars under his shoes using 2 ropes and walked to the archive, leaving the rectangular footprints in the red sand. He then burned the land agreement with a torch. Then all he had to do was walk back to the palace, untie the ropes, and he threw away the ropes near the... Was it palace entrance? Yella used the handkerchief with his shoes? No, that's not it. Did he give him coins? No, he gave him the gold bars. So he put... Oh. Okay. So we know he threw the ropes away near the palace. He used blank with blank. And then he put blank in blank. So he put the gold bars in the gift box. And then he gave him the gold bars. So he did this before he gave the gifts then. So he used the coins. Well, it's really the handkerchief. It doesn't like that. Hmm. Okay. Maybe I missed something again. Because they all came in. He was the third one to come in. Because they arrived one by one. Okay, where did I mess up here? I feel like his handkerchief and the shoes. Or he used the shoes with the handkerchief. I mean, maybe it's just the wrong order. Well, he didn't use the sapphires or the emerald, because those are not his. I don't see how the coins would have helped him. He must have taken the shoes off at some point. So it doesn't like either order. Okay. So if he took off the ropes near the palace entrance, which is what they just said, right? Is that he just threw it down. It was burned. He had to have used the torch, I guess. He used the torch. No, because he didn't torch the ropes. Not with the shoes. Yeah, I don't think it's that combination again. I wish there was a hint here, because I feel like I'm missing it. So he threw away the ropes near the palace entrance. He couldn't have used the ropes again. He used his coins. Okay, so we know he has the yellow sand because he would have had to visit both, but he also wiped it clean. He tied the gold bars using a rope and walked to the archive. Then he burned it. He burned the land agreement with the torch. Then all he had to do was walk to the palace, untie the ropes, throw the ropes near the entrance, but he still would have had to walk back. He didn't have a pin. Yeah, he had no pin, so there's no way. He had coins but no pin. So how would the coins have come into play here? He uses coins and the gold bars? No. Was it his torch? He had the gold bars, so we know he used the gold bars with the coins? No. He didn't have the agreement. Well, he would have had to use the emerald, maybe. No. Oof, I don't know. This is not great. I'm like stuck. I'm not sure what else he would have used. I feel like the second step doesn't really make sense. Because it's like, well, what do you mean? Yeah, it's like I must be missing something, because it's like, well, what would he have used with what? Because he put the gold. We know he gave him the box, so am I missing a step somewhere? I think that'd be my only concern is I'm not quite getting it. Because he couldn't have used the agreement. It was already burned. So he used the gift box with the gold bars is his only gift. He wouldn't have had access to a pen. He didn't have a pen. He had shoes. He had coins. But, he couldn't have used the ropes if he threw them away. So he used... He didn't torch his handkerchief, though. That's kind of crazy. I don't know what that is. Because Blinn had coins in a handkerchief. He had coins in a handkerchief, but it was dirty. So his shoes with the handkerchief? They keep telling me that's not right, but at what point would he have wiped his shoes off? Okay, so we're just gonna try everything with everything. Because now I'm like not sure. And I feel like I'm losing my mind because I'm like, it's probably super obvious too, but I'm like not getting it. Okay, so it's not the agreement. So we use the coins with the emerald, the gift box, the gold bars, the handkerchief, the pin, the ropes, the sapphires, the shoes, the torch. So the emerald with the agreement, the coins, the gift box, the gold bars, the handkerchief, the pin, the ropes, the sapphires, the shoes, the torch. I don't know. The gift box with the agreement, the coin, the emerald. You can't use the gift box with the gift box. The gold bars, the handkerchief, the pin, the ropes, the sapphires, the shoes, the torch. Okay. This is crazy. Like, I hope I figure it out because it's... Oh my god. That was crazy. Okay, so all he had to do was walk to the palace, untie the ropes, and throw them away. The ropes have red and yellow sand stains on them, so he must have walked to both the red archive path and the yellow main path with the gold bars under his shoes. He cleaned the gold bars with his handkerchief, which then left yellow and red marks on it. Then he put the gold bars in a gift box and gifted it to you, my king. Why did you do it, Yella? The king asked. My grandfather was a fool to sign that agreement. I deserve more land, replied Yella. The king then made the decision. The land will be divided equally amongst Grimm and Blinn, and for your deceit, Yella, you'll be sent to prison. The end. So her name is... Well, I guess her name is Clementine Ace. Well, I mean, that's interesting, but I meant a real case. After all, you are... I guess I'm Clementine? Or am I Maya? You are Clementine. Ace? Please call me Cleo. You were an apprentice to your aunt, Maya Lynch, one of the greatest detectives of her time. What was your first case with her? Come to think of it, it was a rather tricky one. It was a crime most heinous. A murder? No, it was a theft, but a devious one. Oh, so she's retelling her story to maybe a friend or like a journalist, maybe? I don't know why that was so hard for me. Who stole my cupcake? I left it on the table outside and went to get my book. When I came back, it was gone. Who was it? Honey, we've all been in here playing this board game. If you think one of us ate your cupcake, you'll need to prove it. How do I do that? First, make a list of all your suspects. Suspects? Aunt Maya, this isn't one of your fancy investigations. You know that players have to occasionally leave the room in this game. So everyone who left the room had the opportunity to commit the crime. Crime? Okay, I'll play along. Who left the room? I'm a potential suspect, Cleo. Never trust the suspect's words. You have to figure it out on your own. You can look at the board and our movement sheets to solve the case. But I barely remember how to play. I'll have to figure out the rules first. You can read the rule book. Let's say there's some gems in there. That sounds fun. Take a look around. We'll hold off starting the next move. Ask me if you get stuck. Great. Okay, so we can click the red pocket icon to open the journal and view your tasks. So you can always ask Aunt Maya for help if you get stuck. Examine the game board, move track sheets, and rule books. Understand the game and fill in its rules in the rules tab. Oh, so we have a lot of rules to figure out. So home country. You'll get a confirmation once you place them all correctly. Well, let's read the rule book first. So let's start with the rule book because this is going to be very complicated. Someone is drawn over the page. Teams of 2 move track sheets. Pawn colors chosen randomly, blah, blah, blah. You start at a green bridge location with no pawns on the board. Got it. So welcome to the world of spies. You've all been recruited as secret agents. Steal your enemy's secrets, turn their agents, expose double agents, and protect your country. Good luck. So in this, you get a rule book, a game board. That's been scribbled out, so we don't know. 4 pawns, 45 move track sheets. So the map's kind of... at least that's not been blurred out. I can't see what the cards are. We have 4 different colors. This must be the track sheet. You will need 4 players. Divide yourselves into 2 teams, the Northern Bryn team and the Southern Bryn team. Each player gets assigned 1 move track sheet and 1 pawn. Pawn colors are chosen at random. To start, players should randomly select one of the 8 green bridge locations. So N1, S1, N11, S11, N17, S17, etc., etc. as their starting position and write it down in the box next to start. So you don't get to just pick anything. You have to pick very specific start places. And you're in 2 teams, so it's 2 teams of 2. So Northern versus Southern Bryn team. So I guess we need to know who's on whose team. That would be helpful. Okay, so in summary, in 10 turns for the returning players. So players randomly start on the chosen bridge location. No pawns must be placed when you're on something locations. So for turn 1, everyone writes their next moves. Pawn placement begins. Only blue needs to put their pawn on the game board because we're in their home country. Oh. So blue starts? So turn 1 equals blue starts. So we need to figure out who is the blue player, I guess. Turn 2, red puts a pawn on the board. Oh, so blue and yellow are Northern Bryn. And then green and red are Southern Bryn. Okay. Red puts a pawn on the board. Yellow sees red pawn and realizes they've been arrested. Yellow must reveal their own position by putting their pawn on the board. Blue leaves the room. Oh, so turn 2. And red puts a pawn on the board and blue leaves the room. Recruitment begins. Yellow gets recruited successfully. Blue is called back in. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Sorry. So when you get recruited, you have to work for the opponent, but you're still a citizen of your home country. So yellow is still Team Northern and blue is still their teammate. So blue doesn't know yellow was recruited. That's kind of complicated. So even after recruited, you still you work for the opponent. I might need to look at the sheets themselves because now I'm a little confused. Okay. I don't want that. Now looking at her track sheet. Oh, this is everyone's track sheet. So they're on turn 14. So on turn 14, Mom is on N1. Dad is on N6. I think she's red. Is what it looks like. Aunt Maya is on S6, and then Sebastian is on N4. I don't know how helpful that is. I guess I need to screenshot. Oh, you can click the camera. Okay. Okay. So we're looking at where we are on the board. So red's not on the board right now, and blue is not on the board right now, but yellow and green are on the board right now. That's very confusing. The other pawns are off board. So N4 is on the board, and that's Sebastian. And then in S6 is on the board. The other two are off board. I don't know the significance of that. Okay, so it just shows me the same time card. So we need to get to turn... Oops. Oh, wow. You're nowhere near getting to that. Okay, so turn 3, yellow takes the pawn off the board. Green takes a pawn off the board. Which pawns were off the board? Sorry. So blue and red are off the board. And yellow is south 6. So Aunt Maya is yellow. And N4 is green. So we know that for sure. Who's what color. So if mom is N1, which is Northern Bryn, and dad is N6, why are they both Ns when they shouldn't be? Okay, so turn 3, yellow takes the pawn back off the board. Green takes the pawn back off the board. No arrests take place. Turn 4, red arrests yellow again. Blue leaves the room again. Since yellow already recruited, no recruitment takes place. Instead, Team South can earn espionage points. Turn 5, no arrests take place. That's interesting. I guess we need to figure out if mom is red or... What color is everybody? It looks like mom is red and dad is blue. So if mom is red and dad is blue, so we can kind of know where we are. Sorry, I gotta go back to... Oops. Okay, so a turn 6 and 7, there's no arrest. So blue would have started the game. So in this situation, dad would have started the game, and blue and yellow are on the team. So dad and Aunt Maya are on the team. And then the mom and the brother are on the team. And so they're on the north. So it's northern versus southern. Well, blue and yellow should have been northern team. I don't know how Aunt Maya is in S6. She must have been recruited, I guess. Yellow was recruited. So that's why she's down there. She must have got recruited. So Aunt Maya got recruited turn 2. But dad wouldn't know because he had to step out of the room, I guess. Okay. All right. So turn 8, green gets arrested by blue. Red leaves the room. Oh, wow. So turn 8, green arrests blue. Red leaves the room. Because so far, it's the only people who have left the room. If there's no arrest, people don't leave the room. So at this point, only blue and red have left the room. And so red is mom and blue is dad. So only mom and dad have left the room at this point. Blue and yellow do something. Okay. Then turn 9, green gets arrested by yellow. Red leaves again. Blue and, you can't tell. So turn 9, we got red leaving again. And then turn 10, there's no arrest. Okay. Now this is where it gets crazy because we can't see any of it. So how to play is like impossible. This is 15 turns. So they're on their last turn. Then stay put, move. You may move to an adjacent connected square. Decide all players at the beginning of the turn at the same time. Players must write down their locations on the move tracking sheet. When players are in their home country, enemy country, or the green bridge location, something happens. Your goal is to steal information from your enemy. Arrest enemy, move to location. Arrested player must reveal they've been caught by putting their own pawn on the board. No arrest may take place. Okay, whenever arrest is made, you have to step out of the room. Okay, so we need to figure out these rules. Okay, home country and not on the bridge. Their pawns must be on the board. Home country on the bridge, their pawns have to be on the board. Enemy country not on the bridge, their pawns shouldn't be on the board. Enemy country on the bridge, on the board. No, it doesn't like that. Okay, so that doesn't work. Something about the placement then. We're not getting it right. So all players must decide at the beginning to write down their location. When you're in your home country... Well, I guess we need to look at the pictures better. Because turn 9... Sorry, so for blue, turn 9 was in 13. And they're on the board. Then turn 10, yellow is on in 13. And they're on the board. But that's their country, so they should be on the board. Right? Let's go. Wait, sorry. So turn 1, everyone places their stuff. Only blue needs to be on the board because they're on their home country and not on a bridge. Okay, so maybe that's where I messed up. If you're on your home country and not on a bridge, you're not on the board. If you're on your home country and you're on a bridge, you're on the board. If you're in an enemy country and you're not on the bridge, you have to be on the board. Okay, something's going on here. Let me ask Aunt Maya because, sorry, I'm like lost. Can I ask? Oh, is this Aunt Maya? I'm stuck. I don't know what to do next. Can you help me? I'm turn 1 of the summary and the rules of 10 turns in the book. Why is blue's pawn on the board but red isn't? For turn 1, both blue and red, because blue is northern and red is southern. They're both in their home countries, but only blue's pawn is on the board turn 1. Because blue is on a non-bridge home country. And turn 1, blue and red are both in their home country, but only blue's pawn is on the board because blue is on the non-bridge home country. Thanks. Okay. So if you're on your country and you're not on a bridge, you have to be on the board. If you're on your country, you're on a bridge, you're not on the board. If you're not on the board. There we go. Okay, so the only time that your pawn should be on the board is if you are in your home country and not on the bridge. That makes sense. Okay, the player making the arrest by going to the... Oh... In the arrest, the arresting player's teammate, well, yeah, the arrested player's teammate must leave the room. Okay, so a player must make an arrest by going as their opponent. It must be this. Well, actually, I can't say what it must be. Let's go back and look at the book. So they made an arrest on turn 2. So on turn 2, only blue and green should be on the board. So they're on the same tile on turn 2. So hold on. So they're going to be on the same one. So a player may make an arrest by going to the same location as their opponent. The arresting player's pawn. See, that's where it gets crazy. The arresting player. So in this situation, the arresting player. Oh, that's not helpful. And the arrested players must leave the room. So the arrested player's pawn must be visible on the board for the arrested player to know that they've been arrested. Arrest must only take place in the arresting player's... Oof. That's where there's a lot of options. Now, when they arrested, yellow was northern and got arrested by being in southern country by red. So yellow is arrested because they were in the enemy's non-bridge area, right? So they're in the enemy's non-bridge area. Oh, see, it doesn't like that. So they must be on the same location as their opponent. The arresting player's pawn must be visible for them to know they're arrested. Any enemy country? No. Okay, we might have to ask her again. I don't know what to do next. Can you help me? In turn 2 of the summary of the rule book, who arrests whom and how? Who leaves the room? So in turn 2, yellow gets arrested by red. In turn 2, yellow is arrested by red. The two of them are in... Well, they're on the same location. In turn 2, yellow gets arrested by red. The two of them are in the same location. The person who leaves the room... Wait. Red puts a pawn on the board. Yellow sees the pawn and realizes they're arrested. Blue leaves the room. Because that's yellow's person. So in turn 2, yellow gets arrested by blue. They're in the same location. The person leaves is blue. Which, I mean, that makes sense. So you have to be in the same location as their opponent. They must be visible for them to know they were arrested. In the arrest, the arrested player's teammate must leave the room. Right? Because Aunt Maya is yellow and her teammate would be the dad, and he had to leave the room. So yeah, the only part I'm messing up is... So, is it the home country? No. There we go. That's what's making it crazy. Okay, so the arresting player's pawn must be visible on the board for the arrested player to know they've been arrested. Arrest must only take place on the arresting player's non-bridge home country. Okay, so mom is southern. Dad is northern. Aunt Maya is northern and Sebastian southern. No? Are we sure? Because green and yellow are green and red are a team. So if mom is red and green is Sebastian, shouldn't they be on the same spot? Well, we know maybe she's southern. Yeah, I just had it swapped. Okay. Figure out the orders of arrest. You'll get a confirmation when you fill in 2 sentences correctly. So in turn 4... Ooh. I don't know if I wrote that down. Right. So for the teams, I had the teams wrong. So... Mom... Wait. So Mom and Sebastian are the northern Bren. And then Dad and Aunt Maya are Southern. So they all start off Northern, Southern. So Mom is red. Right? And Dad is blue. So Mom is red. Dad is blue. Aunt Maya is yellow. And Sebastian is green for the colors. So, on team turn 4, since we know Aunt Maya is south, she arrested Sebastian. So Aunt Maya arrested Sebastian. And then in turn 5, who's northern? Oh, Mom arrested Dad. No, so that's not right then. No, oh, this is who got arrested. So in turn 4, Sebastian would have got arrested. And Sebastian's partner is Mom. So Mom would have left the room. And in turn 6, Dad would have got arrested. No, Mom would have got arrested. So Sebastian would have left the room. It doesn't confirm that's correct, though. Because you have to be on the same square to get arrested. So Aunt Maya and Sebastian interacted. In the south. So Sebastian would have got arrested and his partner is Mom? Or did I mess that up? Okay, so turn 9. Sebastian and Mom interacted again. They're on the same team, though. And then turn 11. Mom would have got arrested, so Sebastian would have left. Okay, so 2 are filled out correctly. But not 3. Okay. So how did I go wrong here? So they're both on N4, which is the north, right? So Dad would have got arrested. So that means that Aunt Maya would have left the room? Maybe? We'll try that. Team 9. That's where I'm not sure. Mom would have got arrested. So Sebastian would have left the room? No. Dad would have got arrested, so Aunt Maya would have left the room. Potentially. And then turn 13, Dad would have got arrested. Okay. So we're partially right. So we had a lot of people leave the room. Anyone could have left the room at any point. Because at some point, the mom left the room. Aunt Maya left the room. Aunt Maya left the room again. Sebastian left the room. So we have quite a few people who have left the room. With 9, I'm not sure who got snatched up. I'm lost here. I say nobody. So nobody left the room. Because they're on the right side. Okay, so in turn 12, Dag... Well, I can maybe go back. I might need help again. Sorry. I don't know what to do next. Can you help me? If an arrest is made, then the arrested player's teammate leaves the room. I think I need more help. If no one's arrested, then no one leaves the room. Teammates can't arrest each other. Okay. That's what I figured. So, these two are teammates. They're both Team North, so they couldn't have arrested each other. So, nobody and nobody is correct. So, I'm messing up on 12. So, N1 and N1. So Sebastian would have arrested Dad, so Aunt Maya would have left. Right? Or is it nobody and nobody again? Yeah, okay. Because Dad had been recruited, so he's now a teammate. Okay, so talk to Aunt Maya. Whew, that was hard. Aunt Maya, was this your revenge for the drawings in the rule book? Not revenge, dear, but it's good to reflect on one's past actions from time to time. All right, other than Dad, everyone left the room at some point. Now what? Perhaps you should try piecing all the events together leading up to the crime. What did you do from the moment you took the cupcake out of the box? I went to the kitchen and opened the cupcake box. There were 5 cupcakes inside. I took out my cupcake and put it on a plate. And that's right. The doorbell rang, so I left to answer the door. It was my friend Will returning something. Then the phone rang, and you answered it. You said it was for me, so I said goodbye to Will and talked on the phone for a while. Then Sebastian came out and kept trying to talk to me, so I hung up and we talked for a bit. Then he went back in. I left my cupcake in the kitchen, so when I went back and got it, I put the cupcake on the table in the entryway. Then I went upstairs to get my book. Then I came back down and the cupcake was gone. Excellent. Let's talk to the witnesses. Witnesses? Both your mom and Sebastian were out in the entryway at some point. Perhaps they saw something. While I was waiting in the entryway, I saw you at the door talking to Will. Then I got thirsty, so I went to the kitchen. I had some water and tidied up a little bit. I noticed the window was open, so I closed it. Then I went back to the entryway. Soon after I was called back here, I talked to Cleo and then came back in. Can we get back to the game? I know you're a traitor, Mom. You're going down. Interesting. What about you, Aunt Maya? What did you do while you were outside? I think I already have enough to solve the case. You'll have your answer once you examine the entryway in the kitchen. The cupcake was on this plate. Now all there are left is pink crumbs and hints of something brown too. Oh, well, I didn't go to the kitchen. There's a plate in the sink. It has pink crumbs all over it and also some orange hair. That was the cupcake. So hers was cherry with chocolate filling. So pink with crumbs kind of makes sense. But the strawberry is also missing. So someone else had a cupcake. There's orange hair on the counter. There's no one in this house with orange hair. How strange. Ooh. Now somebody had the chocolate cupcake. Somebody had the chocolate cupcake. We know where the cherry cupcake. Mom was a blueberry muffin. So probably wasn't Mom that ate it because it seems like her preferred flavor is blueberry. Cleo, we don't know what she wanted. Somebody wanted a chocolate cupcake, which is gone. And then we were the cherry with chocolate filling. So the strawberry cupcake is missing, but the chocolate cupcake is there, and the blueberry muffin is there, and we were that was us. Okay, so my least favorite things, I don't know what all this is. So we have cherry with chocolate filling. There's chocolate with chocolate filling and vanilla with strawberry filling. I don't like cherries either. So I don't like riding fairies or eating cherries and strawberries. I don't like sticky leather or playing in rainy weather. I don't like scratchy sweaters or birthday forgetters. And it says, kids, don't leave your dishes somewhere. Put them in the sink. Don't leave the window open. Okay. I think we looked at everything. I'm like 90% sure we looked at everything. Should I be talking to her again? I don't know what to do next. Can you help me? Go through your notes. Thanks. Wait. So I need to view the notes, put the events in order, and figure out who ordered which cake. In order in which people left the room. Mom, then Aunt Maya, then Sebastian, then Aunt Maya. No one else left the room at any other time. I opened the cupcake box and there was 5 cupcakes. I took mine out and put it on the plate. The doorbell rang, so I left my cake in the kitchen and went to answer the door in the entryway. It was my friend Will While talking on the phone rang and Aunt Maya answered it. She went to the kitchen for water. She shut the window. So it seems like the doorbell rang and I answered it. The phone rang and she answered it. Sebastian left and then I went upstairs. No, something is wrong. So the doorbell rang and I answered it. That was first, right? And then you talked on the phone. Oh, the cupcake being gone wasn't the last thing. I still don't think that's right. So Mom wanted the blueberry muffin and we know that. Did Dad want the chocolate cupcake? Not sure what Aunt Maya wanted. We know Cleo wanted the cherry with the filling. Maybe he was a chocolate banana. Maybe she was strawberry? Okay. Well, we know for sure Mom was the blueberry muffin. We're Cleo, and we know we want the cherry with chocolate filling, right? Hold on. I might have to go back to this. Because we have a strawberry. We have a chocolate. We have a choco vanilla. We have a blueberry, which we know is Mom. And then we have a cherry with choco filling. Now we know we're the cherry with choco filling, right? Because ours is pink and brown. So that's us. We're cherry with choco filling is Cleo. Right? Well, no, not necessarily. Because if we're Cleo, but it's crossed out, is there another one that looks similar to that? With specks of pink and brown? Because somebody else had pink too. But I think for the brother, I think this is his writing. He doesn't like strawberries or cherry. So I'm definitely missing something there. Because Mom is blueberry and we know that. Sebastian's either the chocolate or the chocolate vanilla. Because he doesn't like strawberries or cherry. I think I'm the cherry with chocolate. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm the strawberry. There we go. So we did get that right then. So I was supposed to be a strawberry cupcake. The doorbell rang and she answered it. The phone rang and Maya answered it. I hung up and talked to Sebastian. Sebastian left. I went to my... When did the mom... She saw you talking to Will at the door. So maybe this is Mom. And then Aunt Maya talked on the phone. Then Sebastian left. Okay. So the plate on the entryway had the... Sorry, let's go back to the entryway. So that was the pink with chocolate. So it had, which was ordered by Aunt Maya. The plate in the sink had the strawberry cupcake, which was mine. Of the cakes ordered, I'm assuming the strawberry and this look the similar. The cupcake left in the entryway was left unattended at some point. Based on the order in which the people left the room while playing the game, the only person who could have ate the cupcake in the entryway is Aunt Maya. Right, because it's like she ate it on her turn when she was out there. No one in the house has orange hair, so the orange hair on the plate must belong to... Now that I don't know. Who has orange hair? Does anyone have orange hair? No. The brother, I guess? Because nobody has orange hair. Is it Sebastian? Okay. Sebastian must have eaten the cupcake before Mom went in there. Okay. So... Damn, this is like extra complicated. So, blank person's cake on the plate in the entryway. So, Aunt Maya ate Aunt Maya's cake on the plate in the entryway. The doorbell rang and I answered it. No. Sebastian ate my cake on a plate in the kitchen. Aunt Maya ate her own cake in the one on the entryway. Mom, so it had to be before Mom tidied it up, right? Or this is the other way around. So maybe Aunt Maya ate her own in the entryway, and then Sebastian ate mine in the kitchen. Sebastian left. No, because her cake wasn't eaten yet. So Sebastian ate my cake in the kitchen? Because her cake wasn't eaten yet. So Aunt Maya probably did hers. Because hers is definitely in the entryway, right? The plate in the entryway is hers. And she's a strawberry cake. Okay, so none of these are right. Sebastian ate my cake. Was it not? It can't be the living room. Was she in the kitchen? Okay. Clearly I've messed up here. You went upstairs after Sebastian was called back in. So everyone who went out after Sebastian could have eaten the cake. Sorry. Oh. I don't need all that. Oops. Sorry. I didn't want that much, girl. I just wanted the very last thing you said. So, someone ate the cake. Did Aunt Maya eat my cake in the kitchen? Okay. Sorry. I need another hint. You went upstairs after Sebastian was called. So everyone who went out after Sebastian could have eaten the cake. Who is Sebi? You drew a picture of Sebi? Sebi's the cat. So... It had to have been the kitchen, right? Okay. Maybe I'm still not getting it. Sorry. So I went upstairs after Sebastian called. So everyone who went out after Sebastian could have eaten it. So Sebi's the cat, but it doesn't give me an option to pick the cat. Who is Sebastian in the note on the fridge? The different kinds of crumbs left in the entryway. The cherry and strawberry look similar. Okay, thanks. Sebastian, all your rocks. Sebastian's the brother. No, don't leave the window open, Cleo. Sebastian keeps getting inside and eating. So Sebastian's the cat, but also the brother. Okay. So still Sebastian. So Sebastian ate my cake on a... Because my cake... Which one was my cake? Sorry. So my cake is the strawberry cake. And the strawberry one is in the kitchen. So we know for sure that he ate my cake in the kitchen. So someone ate... Oh. Is that my cake? We know it's in the kitchen for sure. So Aunt Maya... Sorry. Aunt Maya could have ate her own cake. So Aunt Maya ate her own cake in the entryway. Because when did she eat her cake? So the plate in the entryway was Aunt Maya's, and the one in the kitchen is mine. But she didn't eat her cake. I don't know. That's where I'm getting a little stuck. So Aunt Maya ate... There wasn't another plate in the kitchen. There's only one plate in the sink. And that's the strawberry one. So... So someone ate Aunt Maya's cake in the entryway? Well, she ate her own cake, though. And my cake's in the kitchen. So Aunt Maya, she didn't eat it first, right? Because you didn't eat your own. Okay, we gotta reset because I think I've messed up somewhere. Okay, so we know that's right. That you ate my... Oh, so it was in the entryway. So Sebastian ate my cake in the entryway. And then I came back with the book and it was gone. Okay. So someone put... in the entryway? That doesn't make sense, though. Okay, so Aunt Maya put her cake on a plate in the entryway, and then she ate her cake in the entryway, and then someone put, and then someone put my cake on a plate in the kitchen, and then it got moved. Oh no, wait. Because the doorbell rang and I answered it. Mom tidied up and shut the kitchen window. The phone rang and Aunt Maya answered it. I brought the cake from the kitchen to the... So it had... At some point it was in the kitchen. So I put my... in the kitchen. Before the doorbell or after? Oh, no, you did yours early. So I put my on a plate in the kitchen. The doorbell rang and I answered it. So you left it. You went back to the kitchen to put it. The doorbell rang. Mom tidied up. So then I moved it to the entryway. Then Mom tidied up. Okay, so I don't know. So if I put my cake on a plate in the kitchen, then the doorbell rang and I answered it, then I'm missing something. Because like I put my cake on a plate in the kitchen, and we know for sure that happened first. So these are the people who left. So it's either Mom, Aunt Maya, or Sebastian ate my thing. I've opened a cupcake box in the kitchen. I put mine on a plate. So we know at some point that's probably first. And then the doorbell rang. So I left the cake in the kitchen and went to answer the door. While I was talking to Will, the phone rang and Aunt Maya answered it. So I said goodbye to Will and talked on the phone. Sebastian came out and interrupted me. We talked for a bit and then he went back in. Mom saw me talking to Will when she entered the entryway from the living room. Then she went to the kitchen for water where she tied it up. So you had already come back down and she tidied up. So you would have had to put your cake in the entryway. It wasn't in the kitchen. Someone put my cake. It's in the entryway, right? No, because they haven't done it yet. And then someone. It still has to be Sebastian, though, right? Ate my cake on the plate. Because it's telling me I did 2 sentences. It would have gave me credit if I even did 2 sentences, right? Because the one that was eaten is hers, right? I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Okay. Sorry, I still need more help. You went upstairs after Sebastian was... Yeah, I got that. Sebby's the cat. The cat... Yes. The cherry and the strawberry look similar. One of us has already eaten the cake they ordered. Okay. So... Well, I know I put mine before the doorbell rang. Did she eat hers in the kitchen? Living room. We don't know when she ate hers. We don't know when Aunt Maya ate hers. The plate in the entryway was Aunt Maya's. And yours is in the kitchen. And that's when it got ate. So Aunt Maya probably ate her own in the entryway. Right? And then... Or Aunt Maya ate her own in the entryway. Because her cake isn't the one that's missing. Okay. The only thing that gets frustrating is like when you get to this part and you're like, I can't I'm not getting it right somehow. So once you brought it back from the kitchen, it was eaten. So someone ate your cake. And the one in the kitchen is just cherry. So she ate her own cake in the kitchen. But that's not right, though. Did Mom eat it? Did Sebastian eat it? And was it the living room? But nobody was in the living room. So you went upstairs. You put it in the entryway. So it was in the entryway. Nobody was in the living room. Did she eat hers in the living room? Is that... Did she eat in the entryway? Did she eat in the kitchen? I know she ate her own. At some point. Because we know she ate it too. I don't know. Right, because it hadn't been eaten yet. Because you had just brought it down. So, I put my... No, that had to have been first. Because the doorbell rang and then it interrupted you. So, first thing is, I put my cake on a plate in the kitchen. That hasn't changed, I don't think. So are we saying Aunt Maya ate it? Are we saying Dad ate it? I didn't eat it. Did Mom eat it? Did Sebastian eat it? I brought the cake from the kitchen to the entryway and then went upstairs. But the one that was eaten in the living room was Aunt Maya's. Oh my God, that was so difficult. So Aunt Maya ate her own cake in the entryway. Alright, so the doorbell rang. And I answered it. So... Sebastian ate my cake in the kitchen. So I got 2 correct. I put my own cake on the plate in the kitchen. The doorbell rang, so I went to go answer it. Somebody ate my plate in the kitchen, and Mom put it in the sink. Because the one in the sink is all pink, which is mine. So they ate mine in the kitchen. Mom tidied up and she shut the window. Someone put Aunt Maya's cake on a plate in the kitchen. I thought it was mine. I moved it to the entryway and she ate her own cake. That's crazy. Dad, no cheating in this round. I figured it out. Sebastian ate my cake. What? No, I didn't. You're such a... Not you. The neighbor's cat, Sebi. He must have climbed in from the kitchen window. I'm always telling you not to leave it open. At least it wasn't a chocolate cupcake. Haha, so it's your own fault the cake got eaten. Shut up. Anyway, Sebi must have eaten it before Mom went to the kitchen and shut the window. Mom also tidied up. She must have put the dirty plate in the sink. Then after I hung up the phone, I went to the kitchen and found a cake that looked just like mine on the counter. Aunt Maya's cherry cake looked very similar to my strawberry cake. Someone must have put her cake on the plate in the kitchen. That's right. I wanted to eat my cupcake, so I took it out of the box, but I heard the phone ringing in the entryway. After answering the phone, I was called back to the living room, so I thought I'd get my cake from the kitchen later. So I brought Aunt Maya's cherry cake from the kitchen to the entryway thinking it was mine. While I was upstairs getting my book, Aunt Maya came out and saw her own cake on the table. I recognized my cake. The cherry cupcake has a slightly more reddish color than the strawberry. Only you'd be able to tell, Aunt Maya, so you must have realized I was about to eat your cake thinking it was my own. I had a hunch, yes, so I finished it off before you could. So technically you're the thief, Cleo. You're about to eat Aunt Maya's cake. I didn't, though. Sebi is the real thief. He must be punished with lots of pets and cuddles. Alright. I know you're messing with me. You know I meant an actual case with the police involved, like a murder. How many stations until Hamer? Let's see. From here, Hamer is... I don't even know where we are. We're at Belt, and we're going to Hamer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe 2 more? Is it second? Oof. I don't know where we're at. So she's going from Arlene to Hamer. So she went... Where is Arlene? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8. How am I messing up here? Is it next? Okay. So he went from Velt to Cobain. So he went 1, 2, 3. Well, she didn't get on right away. So he went from Velt to Cobain. Which that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's going 8 stops. So he's not going all the way to Hamer. And then she went from Arlene to Hamer. So she didn't even come on until he was already 2 stops on. So Arlene to Hamer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's going 8 stops, but their stops only overlap from Arlene to Colbine. Because he's not getting off yet, is he? What stop are we at? This one starts with an M. So let's say we're either at Mistine or we're at Mole Creek. So if we're at Mistine, it's the next stop. If we're at Wool Creek, it's the 5th stop. But I have to get off on Colbane. That should be enough time. There's a murder at the theater. My friend William was working there at the time. Everything changed that night. Ugh, this play is so boring. I think I'm just gonna have to hang out with you till... Will, what's wrong? I'm in so much trouble, Cleo. I don't know what to do. What happened? They found the dead body. The police are here and they think she might have been murdered. That's horrible. Do you think I should get Aunt Maya? Maybe she'd be able to... No, listen, they found a coat check token in her hand. Mr. Lane wants me to give the police her name and all the items she checked. So what's the problem? I don't know which items are hers. I'd gone to the bathroom, and when I came back, there was a long queue, and I couldn't keep up. Oh, no, Will. How many bottles of icy blue had you had? Oh, just 3. Okay, 4, but that's not the time for an icy blue intervention, Cleo. I'm about to get fired. I need this job to save up my half for our backpacking trip. Ugh, I can't spend another summer stuck at home. My dad said he has big plans to clean the attic. Okay, let's think. Let's see if we can try to figure out what items belong to the victim. You think so? Yeah, and I bet she'll have ID in her purse or something which will give us her name. Okay, brilliant. Where do we start? Can you tell me which items do you think belong to her? When someone checks an item, I hand them a token and write down the token number, their name, and the number of items on a card. I know I messed up the items from token 32, 33, and 34 because all the other cards are properly filled in. Can I see them? Do the number of items include the coat? Yes, here you go. I missed some details, but I know I wrote down the number correctly and the name exactly as I heard it. Okay, so we're going to check the coat check cards in the inventory and examine each of the items. When you're done, you can click on the hotspot to observe details. Oh, I could type notes here. So in the inventory, we have 33. This one only has the token number 33 written down. We have Ellie Scott, but there's no token number or number of items. And then we have 2 items, but we're missing the name and the token number. So 33 has no name or number of items. Then we have one with 2 items and one with a name. So that's not helpful. So we need to talk to William again. All of these cards have some missing information. What do you have? I set aside all the items I wasn't sure about. There are 3 coats and 3 bags. And what about the token number the police wanted you to check? 33. Okay. So we need to figure out which of these 6 items belong to number 33. Give them to me. I'll go through them. Here, I was supposed to put the tags on all of them, but I only managed 1 coat. Do you think you can do that? I don't know. What else can we do? I was thinking it's the opening week for the play. People have been scrambling to get tickets. I can't imagine why. No, listen, only the most wealthy and famous people were able to get tickets for tonight. That's true. The only reason I'm here is because my Aunt May got tickets from a wealthy businessman she once helped. Exactly. I bet most of the people here tonight are famous enough to be in the newspaper. So I have the newspaper from today. Maybe we could find this out more from this. First of all, I wouldn't call the Sunday News a newspaper exactly. They cover celebrity gossip. Secondly, I don't think we have time to read the entire paper. I can, well, sort of. I've been practicing this new technique where I can read whole paragraphs in seconds. Oh, wow, really? As long as you don't ask me the actual meaning of what I read. So you can see whole paragraphs in seconds. I think everyone can do that, William. No, but I can spot words really fast. So if you ask me to search for your name in the paper, I'll be able to find it instantly. That might actually be helpful. So what do you want to search for? Let me think about it. We need to check the 6 items. We need to use his speed reading to find all the relevant articles in the Times. We need to find the names of the people who belong to 23, 33, and 34 and find out which items belong to who. So there's a dead woman found in the bathroom. He mixed up some of the items. We're missing some of the information. The dead woman had 33 in her hand. That's not good. There are 6 items. We can ask about the newspaper. Okay, so we have a woman's coat. Has long brown hair. So we have a green woman's coat. Because that looks like a woman's coat. With long brown hair. Dark brown hair, sorry. It's green and it says, "Dear Mrs. Foyle." I'm your biggest fan. I've seen The Light of Yesterday at least 10 times. Your beauty and grace are matched by none. Ella Barth isn't worthy of the Relner. I never cared for what's his name director, but he was right in that interview. You were robbed. Always and forever, your fan, Jimmy. This looks like they enjoyed her performance. That's helpful. We have another woman's coat that says 34. So we have a red woman's coat with that same number on it. So that's probably belonging to 34. We have a blue coat. So we have a dark blue woman's coat, which I'm not sure who that belongs to. With a receipt from Feltman's. It says loyal customer name and ID, Mrs. Scott 9873. Looks like Miss Scott purchased 2 scarves and a sweater. Or 2 sweaters and a scarf. I'm not sure who Mrs. Scott 9873. 2 sweaters, but this is not a sweater or a scarf. This is a coat, so that's not super helpful. Okay. We have a wallet. We have Angelica Foyle, which would match the green coat that we saw earlier. She does have long dark hair. Her name is Angelica. It was issued 3 years ago, so it's probably relevant. She has ask E to book a taxi from the hotel, pack the headscarf for the airport, remind E to water the plants and pick up the dry cleaning, drinks with Selleck after the play, apply for a new passport, tell E to reschedule interview with Jane magazine. It's a blue bag. Well, the blue bag would match the blue coat, but the blue coat goes with... That's interesting. So we have a blue purse with a to-do list. I'm going to go back and look at that to-do list. And Angelica Foyle's passport in it. The problem with that is I don't believe that this matches, because we're saying the green coat is Angelica Foyles because she has a note from her fan, but green and blue don't match. Why would she wear a purse that doesn't match? Okay, Vinnie Bug. The charity ball was a triumph success, all thanks to you. We have more than enough for the new chemotherapy wing. Watching you organize such a huge event reminded me of your granny. I shouldn't be surprised, after all, you were named after her. She would have been proud of you. Your mom and I would like to have you over for dinner this Friday. Bring your husband. Maybe we can cheer him up after his monumental loss. I promise we won't make fun of him. Love, Dad. Not sure who Vinnie Bug is. So we have a letter to Vinnie Bug. She's named after her grandma. She's married, which is interesting. And her husband had a monumental loss. And she has a yellow purse that doesn't match anything. Or a light brown bag. And then Feldman's. A shopping bag from Feldman's that contains 2 sweaters. So, I mean, that matches the dark blue coat with the receipt. Okay, so for the items, that's a hard one, because I feel like Feldman and the blue sweater are together. They should be the same number. So that's why I'm not sure. I think we need to talk to him. So can we search the newspaper? We're looking for Angelica. Okay, so we found one article with the word Angelica in it. We have a woman with long dark hair holding a letter with hearts in one hand and a light colored suitcase in the other. Angelica Foyle was at the airport returning from yesterday's award ceremony. Despite her loss, fans are as crazy about her as ever. Her assistant, Miss Cott, had to fend off dozens of fans who were trying to get an autograph and hand her letters. I'm assuming that's the assistant. So the woman with short, light-colored hair holding a letter with hearts in one hand and a dark-colored suitcase in the other. So... okay. So Miss Cott is Angelica Foyle's assistant. She might have brought her assistant with her. Okay. I need to ask him again. So let's just type in Foyle. Is that the only one with Foyle in it? Okay. Let's type in Vinnie Bug. Oof. Yeah, I knew that was going to be a long shot. Let's type in Scott. Okay, so we found 2 articles with the word Scott in it. So we have the winners from last night Rellner's Award. The Light of Yesterday won Best Picture. That's the movie with Angelica Foyle in it. I don't think I've seen it yet. That's going to be interesting. So Elijah Adams was elected mayor. After a chaotic campaign, Elijah Adams secured an overwhelming victory over his opponent, Harrison Scott. Harrison Scott may be the husband who lost, I guess, the monumental loss. Despite Scott's substantial funding throughout his connections to the famous Coleman and Ratner families, Adams won with 92% of the votes. Adams' strong public safety message seems to have resonated with the public. I want people to feel safe in this beautiful city. That's why increasing the funding of the police department is going to be my first priority, Adams told a Sunday news correspondent. The people have spoken. Now it's time for change. Now, he talked about the Colemans and the Ratners. We're going to get to that. But we're going to go back to... Sorry, can we type in Harrison? Is there another one with Harrison Scott? What about Coleman? Okay, so there's 2 articles that have the word Coleman in them. We have Aravina Hospital. Your health is our priority. It's 855 Clarence Street. It has specialized cancer care, 24-hour care, free consultations. Avena Hospital was founded by the Coleman Foundation and was named after Oscar Coleman's late mother, who passed away from cancer. Our mission is to provide affordable care to one and all. So our Avena is the hospital, which is named after the late mother. So we need to look up our Avena. We also have another. Oh, this is the same article. Okay, can we type in our Avena? So there's only one article with that word. What about Oscar? Does he have other? No. That's hard. Let's try Ratner. No, so it only has one word for that. Was there something else I was missing? Okay, what about Elijah? Okay, Adams, maybe? Okay, so no other articles. Did I miss anything from Scott? Is there anything else that I'm missing? Should I be looking up Ella Barth? You know, am I Emilia Gain? I mean, I feel like I'm missing something. Okay, so let's do Ella. There's no other one with Ella in it. Emilia. No other article with her in it. What about Cott? That's the only one with her in it? Okay, so now I'm really not sure. Because now I'm like less confident. So we know it makes sense. The last name is Scott. So is her name Aravina Scott? Is the wife? She was named after her grandmother, which is Aravina Hospital. She married her husband, which would have been Scott. He just had a monumental loss as mayor. And this was in the light brown purse. Now the problem is I don't know what number to assign the purse to. Because it has a letter to her. So I don't know if she should be 33, 34, or what. Because there's 3 bags and 3 coats. And the dead woman had 33 in her hand. We missed something. I'm stuck. I bet we can find out. I did find out more about that. Search for someone famous who's worked with her. Worked on Light of Yesterday with her. Miss Cott. We couldn't find that. We could look up Frank Redder. Let's do that. Sorry. Frank? Okay. So 2 articles with Frank in it. Frank Redder planning a new movie. How do you feel about your 3rd win? Amazing. I couldn't have done it without my crew. It's a shame that Angie didn't win. I think the judges were wrong. How is she tanking it? Oh, she's a champ. I think Elise is more upset than her. Haha, she's a loyal one. Anyway, Angie will have many more chances. After all, this is her first movie. Picking her as a lead caused some controversy. How do you feel about it now? What can I say? I wanted a natural blonde for the lead. Many auditions. Some even tried to fake it with dyed hair, but I could always tell. Then I met Angie and I knew she was the one. People love her now. I saw one of her fans begging for a lock of her. So Angie, which I'm assuming is Angela Foyle, has blonde hair. So she has blonde hair. Not brown. So that's interesting. Do you ever think you'll try to screenwrite again? No. Okay, what was this other one? So that was a director. So Ella Barth actually won though. Not Angie. So is there a picture of Ella? Sorry, I can't. So that's confusing because they said, you know, Angie didn't win. So she has blonde hair. So who has dark hair? Because they reference someone having dark hair. So I don't know. So is the one that's dead Ella Barth? No. So is this Angelica Foyle? No. Okay. So that's not good. Is this Angelica? Right? That's not her either. Okay. So Arvina Scott. Is that her? I don't know who these people are then. Oh, thank God. I was like, girl, who are you? like, I don't know who you are. Wow. Okay. Well, we got something. So 33 is Arvina Scott. Why is she the dead one? And then 34 is Angelica Foyle. So for 34, if we know she's the red coat, that's interesting. So 33 is Arvina Scott. So this is her bag. Oops. What did I just do? Okay. So that kind of makes sense that bag would be hers. But she must have other things. So somebody had 2 items. And then Ellie Scott is somebody as well. Who is Ellie Scott? Did I miss that? Who is Ellie Scott? Oh. I wonder who Ellie Scott is. Are you sure you got the names right? Because we have somebody with 2. Number 33, we don't know the name or the number. But who is Ellie Scott? Sorry. Can I ask you again? Who is Ellie? Because we know Scott. Amelia? I mean, I don't have anyone else with the name Ellie. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, we have Miss Cott, but that's not Scott. Yeah, that's something else. So the Feldman's matches. We have the dark blue, but we have Scott, and it's like 9873. And we know she got the sweaters and the scarf, and we have the bag. So these 2 have to go together. The problem is figuring out who that belongs to. So are these hers too? So she had 3 items? I can't say that she didn't have 3 items. Somebody had 2 items, and then maybe somebody had 1. So let's say she had 1 item. Because we don't have any other information. So maybe she was by herself. And then 32 has the other 2. Something is wrong. So 33. But we know that should kind of go together. I don't know who that is. I'm missing something with the name. I think we've searched all the names that we can search. I'm kind of stuck. So Elise Cott. Oh, it's Elise Cott. Must be here tonight because that's her green coat. Her name sounds very familiar. So if Elise Cott is 32, she owns a green cot, so her token number can't be 32. And based on the information, her token number is 34. Wait. Sorry, I'm missing something here. So Elise Cott is my last person. Okay. So Elise Cott probably got that because she's the assistant. So she would have picked it up. Maybe. Sorry, I want to go back and look at the newspaper. So the blonde woman, I don't know, actually. No, I'm not ready to leave yet. So we have the names. I want to go back to the items. So in here, ask Elise. I mean, this feels like this is her purse. And she has dark hair. So Angelica Foyle has to be the owner of this blue bag. Because that is literally the only thing that would make sense. So she owns the bag and the coat? So then the blue jacket is hers? So then who owns this one? There was something in the pocket. That also says Foyle though. So it's like we're saying the green one's hers too? She can't own everything. She can't own everything. So the blue coat has a receipt. Yeah, the blue coat we're saying belongs to Miss Scott. All the bags have items. Okay. So the blue coat we're saying belongs to Miss Scott. So 33? But that doesn't make sense. Because in her pocket... Well, no, I guess it... No, it could make sense. And she has the Feldman's bag. So the Feldman bag is also 33. So 33 and 33 is together. They have to be together. So if we're saying Avina Scott owns the coat and the Feldmans, then those are together. 34 is just the red coat. And we're saying we know 34 is Ellie Scott. It's Elise Cott. So he didn't write it down exactly. So if 34 is Elise Cott's, no, that's not accurate. We're saying 34 is Angelica Foyle's. So the blue bag is also supposed to be Angelica Foyle's. So if we're saying this is Elise, oh, there we go. So Elise only owns the jacket. We need to talk to William. The dead woman's name is Aravina Scott. She checked in the blue coat, the brown bag, and the pink paper bag. Wow, how'd you figure out so quickly? It wasn't easy. I know that Angelica Foyle was one of the people. By the way, she's not a natural blonde. Don't tell Frank Redner. The green coat had a fan letter addressed to her, but dark hair on it. Angelica Foyle has blonde hair now, so the green coat must have belonged to her assistant, Elise Cott. I also realized that Mrs. Scott, mentioned on Feldman's receipt, was actually Aravina Scott. She's the daughter of Oscar Coleman, who calls her Vinnybug. I know that Angelica Foyle, Elise Cott, and Aravina Scott were the three names, but you have written down Ellie Scott as one of the people. That's when I realized you must have heard Elise Cott as Ellie Scott. Then it all came together. Brilliant. I'll go tell Mr. Lane. Thanks, Cleo. You're a lifesaver. Yeah, because you didn't write the name down correctly. Wait, William? You mean that William? William Langer? Yes. I remember reading about that case. I had no idea you were there that night. They took him right in front of me. I couldn't stop them. Aunt Maya tried to intervene, but the evidence against William was overwhelming. I knew he was innocent, but didn't know how to prove it. So I asked Aunt Maya to teach me. I remember I was so determined. From then on, I accompanied her on all her cases, trying to learn as much as I could. Then every night, I would come back and chip away at Will's case. At the time, it felt so impossible. Little did I know it was only the beginning. Aww, that's actually really cute. I'm glad to see it's like being told kind of like a story, and I really like this demo. I can't wait for the full game to play out. I want to help solve William's innocence. It's a little bit of thinking, and sometimes the clues aren't as straightforward. Sometimes the hints also aren't super straightforward, but I like that it makes me think a little bit, and I love a whodunit kind of vibe. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the demo.